Hello, everybody out there. Welcome to Turn the Page. If this is the first time they're actually seeing me, welcome, and I appreciate anybody being here. Let's see, I am live as of 30 seconds ago, and just came on here testing out my computer. Yesterday, I had it blew. I don't know how my husband does this. I'll sit there and work on something for hours, and finally I get frustrated. I walk over to him and I say, "Here, take a look at this." And he, within maybe 15, 20 minutes, he's like, "I got it." And I'm already, online trying to see what a new one costs. But I'm glad this is somewhat working. We'll see how it goes. Hope everyone is doing really good. So I just want to kind of talk about a few things that are going out there with the weather, some of the flooding in areas. It's amazing in the last couple of days, but it's a lot of areas. DC apparently had some big storm going overhead and whatever else comes up. So I just want to, is this the list or someone's bucket list? Let's take a look. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys were able to hear that or not, but yeah. So this is. Let me just kind of come back to you guys over here. This is the list or somebody else's bucket list, and my next video is queuing up here. So there's been a lot of water. It's so interesting. And for years, people are saying, "Watch the water, watch the water." The people are going to different types of waters. Well, now that the water is here, nobody's saying that. At least I don't hear them. Yeah, thank you. Hey, Ronnie is out there. Everybody who is here or watching, say hello to Ronnie. Ronnie, I hope that you were safe throughout all of the floods that were going on. I do believe you were pretty south of it if it was in Austin. So my little thought on it, I'm not going to go into a lot about it, is the floods. I got a couple of thoughts on this. Okay. There's videos out on my Rumble channel of the guy who actually created the Star Seed. He's a young kid. And so I don't know if he's the one of the puppets for all of this. People are saying that now they're coming out and saying that there's no way in heck that this weather warfare machine could actually have created what it did create, and it's they're basing it off a lot of other things. So my thought is bullshit. Okay. So there's been other things in Fort Smith, Arkansas. So I'm familiar with Fort Smith. I never really went there when I lived in Arkansas. It was probably an hour or two, maybe 2 to 3 hours south of me. It was much bigger. It was like the biggest town where all the servicemen used to go in Arkansas. And uh, so it's no longer bigger. I think Fayetteville and other towns in Arkansas are basically a little bit bigger. But this is another flood, and I have a lot more floods that I want to show you guys. What is going on astrologically? We got to take a look at. We got this whole Uranus thing, and I don't know enough about it to get dangerous. But I have mentioned Stefan Burn. I think it's Burn or Burns. Look him up on YouTube. He does a great job. I'm trying to get him on my channel. I want to interview him. But take a look at what he has out there. He is combining, and I think it's brilliant what he's actually doing. And I'll show you his website in a minute here, or his YouTube channel in a minute. All right, so this is just something I want to play here. This is Arkansas. Let's take a looky.
How high is the water, mama? 2 feet high rise. How high is the water, mama? She said it's 2 feet high rise. Well, we can make it to the road in a homemade boat, 'cause that's the only thing we got left in the float.
Okay, so I'm actually going to turn the sound off on this here because I'm on YouTube, and I just kind of want to show you the music here. I'm sure I'm going to get dinged or warned about Johnny Cash. I went more than 9 seconds, so there you guys go. There are a lot more other towns out there. I think DC got hit with some of this weather. What do we have here? Oh, this is, I must be playing my Rumble channel, which I am. This was Ozzy Osbourne, so this, I'm kind of going to go through some of these things out here. It's a little bit of entertainment, take your mind off of what is actually going on out there. This is Ozzy Osbourne, and I think he's doing his last concert in a wheelchair, and they were rolling him out. I guess they brought him up on stage, they raised him up, right? And I was never a big Ozzy fan, so anybody I thought wanted to see that, you can actually see that. To me, he was evil. It's in my eyes. Anytime I get squirmish about something, it's usually, to me, it's not a good thing. Let's see here. Mary Jean, how you doing out there? And Ronnie is out there. I just kind of popped on here, just testing. My computer was blown yesterday, and I wanted to see if it was actually working. Let's see what else we have going on out here. Let me get past this video here. One second here. I think all I have to do is go to the next video. I'm not sure how this works here on Rumble. Rumble is just one of those things I can never ever figure it out. All right, so next one we'll roll in real quickly here. So it's jumping over to somebody else's channel here. Come on. One momento. All right, so there appears to be a pandemic of Masonic lodges burning down. I've got that out there on my channel. I just want you guys to know I'm really promoting my Rumble channel and my Live with Janine on Facebook. 2 different platforms. I'm trying to get them up and going. I'm, just basically doing what I want to do here. So this particular video is out there. It looks like it's really old video, and so I'm kind of sensing that somebody put this together of all the Masonic lodges that have burned down over the years. So yeah, let's see what else we have out here. That was Ozzy on stage. Chicago, I did talk about this yesterday. Chicago floods. They, if you were in the suburbs, I don't think that you actually got this. So this was really interesting to me. This is just somebody pointing out that when you look at the screen, these things are popping up like crazy. And this is Into Thin Air. Now, I don't really trust Into Thin Air, just like I'm going to talk about what I'm not trusting. So it's funny because I get these little things that all of a sudden I'm like, okay, for example, Tucker Carlson, he's really putting these people out in front of us and letting us be aware of, are these people going to be in the spotlight? We need to know about Tucker. We need to know about Joe Rogan a little bit more. People are now out there saying that they're basically they've got a plan. That's all that I can say. And I'm not really sure about any of that. So we'll look at it more. And then this story here is them just saying you could tell when they are not manipulating the weather versus manipulating the weather. I think we all know that. We're constantly looking. We do believe in it. Let's see what else we have out here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that was that one song I played about the list. And it's really interesting because people have all of a sudden decided to take this list in and swear by it. Yes, I do understand that there's been children that have been affected. There's been evil all around it. But it may have affected so many different lives, and we've heard about people on various influencers channels out there. But don't make this part of your life. Now, what I'm actually seeing is some of these big influencers out there who are constantly talking about it. I'm wondering who we are protecting. My thought also with Trump, saying enough is enough. Stop talking about this. It's just part of the movie, if you want to call it that. People are out on X. They are losing their freaking mind. They're losing their shit by saying, "I'm sick of the movie." We've all been here, and I've been there. Some of these people I put on there. There's one lady. Oh, I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but she basically has gone berserk and said, "I'm sick of the movie. I'm sick of the 5D chess. We need to know." Well, good luck with that. I do have, some people out there actually talking about. I'm going to play this one here just very shortly, but let me just kind of blow this one up here without any sound. So they're just showing you some of the people here that they think that is in there. So this is AI, it's poorly done AI. But they're showing you some of the people they think that are on the list, and we all know who these people are. All right, let's see here. Hey, Amy Boyd. Whoa, Amy Boyd, blowing my mind. Okay, good to see you. Let's see here. She said she's what did she says? It's very oh, let me go back up. You guys are talking. Let's see here. It's very upsetting that they can drop a flood as quick. Yeah, you better believe it. And it's almost like if you guys watch, if any of you guys watch, let me just kind of stop this over here, come back to you a little bit. That's a cute video that's out on Rumble too. I've got cats and dogs and babies and stuff like that to kind of get your mind off a lot of the stuff out there. Please go over there and like all of my stuff. I'm trying to build up my Rumble channel. All right, so let's see here. Where was I? So Ronnie is saying it's very unsettling that they can drop a flood this quickly. I think that it was brewing. I really do think it was brewing. So if you watch some of the radars, now I don't think that Mr. Weatherman is on the up and up. I think he plays us just like maybe some of the big influencers out there are playing us. They know that we are hooked on phonics, and it's not a good phonics, but we are out there, and we are searching and trying to find anything that we can. Now, the thing is if they go along with us and then give us this little thing at the last second, that's your cue to say, wait a second, who are they with, right? So that's a little bit I just want to talk about. Ronnie is basically also saying everyone is sick and tired at this point. Yeah. Go crochet, go make something, go do your garden. I've been taking care of my pets, one of my senior pets. And by the way, update, she is doing fantastic. She's not knuckling as much, you guys. And I'm telling you, it is the MMS. So I'm treating the whole body. And if a lot of you guys, and like Amy might not know this, but I had a senior dog that just went from being able to walk and run to just not being able to get up. Something happened. Right. And take her to the vet. They check her out. The vet doesn't even know that she's knuckling because she's not knuckling at the time. And so then I came back and MMS for the joints, termine, CBD. There's just so much. I can't even go through all of it. I'm making her just like this my little potion, if you will. I've become an alchemist. You see mixology people out there that create drinks. I'm creating a stew for the dogs, and it is working. So 3 weeks, is it 3 weeks? June 23rd is when we took her in, when we noticed the day before. She had tremors in one of her legs, and she is doing fantastic. She's bringing me the ball. She's playing with the other dogs. She's running from the other dogs where she couldn't even lift herself up. I had to use a harness to get her up. So, these are the type of things that we know. Maybe she does have DM. It's a degenerative neurological disorder, but I'm treating it. And when she's ready to go with all my other dogs that are in doggy heaven, she'll tell me. But in the meantime, I've got her happy, and she's rests a lot more. I've got her in a swimming pool doing the water therapy. These are the things that we need to do for ourselves also. And really, especially at this time, people are talking about Schumann and the energies are changing and shifting, what have you. Yeah, let's see here. Amy Boyd says, hey, took a long break from craziness. Hope you're all well. We are well. We're just kind of like day by day, que sera, whatever will be, will be. Talking about the weather. I never thought that the weather would be so important. And I've got to share this with you guys. When I was younger and, I in my 30s, wanted to go out, meet a lot of different people. And if it was raining and if people use the weather, well, it's raining out there. I really don't feel like it. A lot of people get like that when it's raining. They just want to go and hunker down or just rest or lay in bed or watch TV and not do a whole heck of a lot. But now, and I always used to say, oh my gosh, come on, there's, you got to get over this rain weather thing. Now I think everybody else is really obsessed with it, big time, because when you start seeing stuff like this, right, and you got people pointing out these things, and Ronnie was saying it's amazing how they can create this. Well, I'm down in the South, and I'm down in the South, and they can basically create a storm within minutes because of the amount of moisture, and that's why they started in the South. And then also too, there's a lot of people that point out things that happen in Antarctica. What does it tie together? I have no idea. I really don't. But I just wanted to see how you guys were doing with a lot of this. So this is into thin air. I like to watch him from time to time. I just don't. He likes to take credit for what he says. He's a little bit of a bragger. I think he's from Pennsylvania or something like that. But he does follow this. He follows other weathermen. If you want to check him out, I'm just kind of here promoting other people's stuff here for a minute. Let's see what else we have that's going on out there. Besides the weather, I hope you guys are doing really good. There is just, oops. Let's see. I do want to show you guys this. I kind of got off the screen a little bit too quick. This is in Colorado. Did you guys see this one here? Let me back up this train here for a second. So while other people are getting rain, 100 degrees weather as we are down here with the humidity, you've got Colorado, and it says July 6, 2025. This looks like they got hit with a hailstorm. There's effects, causes and effects of these things that is being created out there, and I never thought I'd be doing the weather here as much as I am doing it, but I've got all this out on my Rumble. Somebody even posted after I had New Mexico flooded. Let's see where else we have. I'm waiting for something to come along in Arizona. But there's New Mexico, Chicago. I did talk about Chicago, and somebody in the suburbs said yesterday that they haven't had any rain for a couple of days, but I'm talking about the inner cities. So let's see here. Okay, let's see. Ronnie has got something legit. Is in California and has been in 113 rain. Shit, that's hot. Amy, hello, Amy again, says, I take pictures daily on the crisscross line sky. So let's kind of talk about that a little bit. Let me just get out of my other screen here. So somebody did speak about that, and I think I have it out on my Rumble channel. They're wanting either RFK Jr. to look in this because it's affecting our health, right? And then he came back, and let me see if I can actually find this here on my Rumble channel. Sorry, I'm kind of bouncing around, but let's see if I go back to mine. He basically made a comment and said, it's the Department of Justice that has to address this. And I said, what? What the heck is that? If the funny thing is, if you guys know of anybody that sells these kits that can test I don't know, the dirt, the soil, the water, stuff like that after it happens. I mean, that's our proof, right? That's our proof in our pudding. Here's another video out here of Chicago getting slammed. July 8th, people were saying that Chicago didn't get it. Let me find it. Yeah, this is Chicago getting hit. Today is the 10th, so this is 2 days ago. High winds. Hey, Mary's saying it's a star people hiding their mothership, not harmful anymore. Let's see here. What else? What else do we have? Yeah, they're just getting there. A lot of people are just being slammed out there. I wanted to find the guy, and I know I could play it on here, where he's basically talking about. I think I got to go back. I put 10 videos out here. Let's see. This is New Mexico. I was talking about New Mexico. This is crazy. Did you guys hear about who's in New Mexico? Anybody out there in New Mexico? This is, I don't, the thing is I don't know if people are just finding videos at a certain time, because obviously mainstream media, nobody is reporting this. North Carolina got hammered around Durham area. Yes, I did say that also. I think I've got a video out here talking about that. I can't believe that they got hit again. This is another video that they're talking about. You're missing this in Texas. Let's take a listen to this one. Hold on a second, you guys.
Where is the water? All are missing about the flooding in Texas. Where is the water flowing to? The water is flowing to the southeast Gulf Coast. What is on the Gulf Coast? Lithium. There is a Gulf Coast lithium projects. Where? Corpus Christi. Why does this matter? Because they have to use.
Can you guys hear this okay? If there's somebody out there, give me a 5.5. I've got it turned up as high as I could go. Yeah, and so basically they're talking about the Gulf Coast projecting of lithium. Texas and the Gulf Coast states like Arkansas and Louisiana are seeing growing interest in lithium-rich brine reserves. The Smackover Formation, East Texas and Southern Arkansas. Yeah, so it's interesting that Sarah Sanders, the governor of Arkansas, just kicked China out. What is it that they're not telling us, you guys? I'm always saying that. You could tell us anything you want, but what is it that you're not telling us? So let's just listen a little bit longer. Yes, Ronnie, thank you so much for the 5.5.
Fresh water to mine brine. This is called the Smackover Formation, which is a list of about 6 states, I believe, like Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Louisiana, Texas being one, Florida being one. However, like I said, this water is going to southeast Texas. Now, what many of you don't know is that Elon Musk and Texas Governor Greg Abbott break ground on Tesla lithium refinery at Corpus Christi. Now, what's interesting is that there were already articles out stating that Tesla lithium plant hunts for water in drought hit Texas. And what are the odds that the water is headed towards this exact location, but not just that? I also found it interesting that all of this news was breaking right before the Amarillo fires. You guys remember those? The Smokehouse Creek fire that burned over 1 million acres just so happened to be part of a $1.5 billion rare earth minerals refinery coming to the Panhandle. If TikTok lets this video through, I promise to start posting all of the information that I have discovered through the past 4 or 5 years. It's just that anytime I've tried, my accounts have been removed.
Okay, so that's some information. I know some of it may be redundant from over a year ago, but and Ronnie is saying it's southeast Texas here. Yeah, we know what is happening. It's what we don't know and what we don't see, and that's where I always come from. So let's see what else we have out here. I'm going to just close this one up here. Let me go back another one. So that was real interesting. I guess I'm doing the weather here. I'm giving you a different perspective of it. All right. So, yeah, this is that one video where Trump says, "Are you still talking about Epstein?" So, another perspective that came out, everybody is attacking him. My question is, the ones that are attacking him, and everybody, I know where I don't want to talk like, I'm analyzing this so much, but I just kind of go through some of these videos. They tell us to watch the water, keep an eye out on who's giving you this information. For example, Candace Owens makes me want to vomit. I'm telling you, she changes like the wind changes. It all depends what story she can go after. She's too much sensationalism. She's too much drama. And if you're watching her, that's great. You're getting something out of it. Good for you. I'm not telling you not to. Tucker Carlson is pretty much baiting all of his guests. They've got a nefarious, and I had made a comment to somebody I was talking to on the phone. I says, this is really interesting. If you take a look at the Tuckers, Joe Rogan, they're setting us up for people. Joe Rogan does all the psychedelic mushrooms. What is going on here? I get that people like to be educated in it, but there is an agenda for all of this, for what they're doing. I'm just giving it to you the way that I'm seeing it. And if you have another perspective, you want to come on my show, you're more than welcome to. Let's see here. This is a 25-year-old CEO rainmaker. Okay. His name is Augustos see if I can screw up his name, Doricchio. He explains cloud seeding. Let's take a looky here. All right.
So to give you the overview of what cloud seeding is, about 93% of all of the liquid water that traverses, liquid and ice water that traverses the lower atmosphere over the U.S., so the water in the clouds, right? About 93% of that doesn't precipitate over land. It just evaporates away or gets recycled by the oceans. That means that there's a ton of water up there that's just going to waste that you can bring down. So certain clouds that aren't naturally precipitating or that aren't very efficiently precipitating, you can identify those with radar. You can measure that there's liquid in them that isn't coming down, fly a drone up into them, disperse a material that freezes the liquid in the cloud. We can talk about what that material is later, but disperse a material that freezes the liquid in the cloud, big heavy snowflakes that become heavy enough to fall down, and if it's warm beneath the cloud, melt into rain. If it's cold, stay as snow. And so if you just blast a cloud, right, and then it rains, that isn't necessarily proof that you caused it to rain, right? Like maybe you're just good at picking clouds that were going to rain anyway. And so nobody could really justify doing this at scale up until 2017. And what changed then was the National Center of Atmospheric Research, it's an organization called NCAR out in Colorado. They realized if you have the right wavelength of radar, of dual polarization radar, which I'll talk about again in a sec too. But if you have the right kind of radar and you fly in a zigzag, right, or in a circle, or in your initials, and you only see precipitation on the radar in your flight track, then you can say, oh, that is definitively man-made because we flew in this zigzag or we flew in this spiral, and there's only precipitation occurring in that shape. They did that in Idaho in 2017 multiple times. That was the very first time that people were able to show, one, that it was unambiguously working, and two, that they could measure how much water they put on the ground. And so most folks, even in the scientific community, are still catching up to speed with this tech. The regulatory community, some people know about it, think it's cool. Some people think...
All right, there's only a couple more minutes left. And, when I put this video out on Rumble, people were basically saying, somebody arrest this asshole. Literally, that's what they were saying. If he's got all this information and they're doing what they're doing. But it's the cloud seeding is a lot different from spraying and stuff like that. And so you guys use your own, your own brains and what's going on, your own intuition. And let's see here. I think Amy had a question out here. She said she's been out for a while. Has anyone gotten into trouble or held accountability? The problem is nobody has. And that's why everybody's losing their shit right now. And I really don't care. This whole accountability, I think a lot of it, we could speculate all day long, and I'm not going to go there. So she says, any positive changes? Yeah, so one positive change out of all of this is that we have grown as individuals. We've grown as a unity. We've grown as consciousness. We are growing and learning and using our intuition and our discernment more and more because we are some people like this that come out and talk about this kind of stuff that are giving you he's 25 years old, right? And he's basically telling you that we're science projects in every which way that we turn with the food, right? Everything out there. So what you can walk away with by saying, what's good out there, Janine? Well, what is actually good out there is that, we're not going to buy the stuff that they're selling, literally, figuratively in any way. And we're all going to do what we have to do to take care of each other. Yeah, and Amy is basically saying we all have it within us. We've always had it within us, but how many people have been MK Ultra, and now they're actually talking about this out there. So when you have somebody that's a big influencer, Dan Bongino was huge, and all of a sudden they put him into the White House, and all of a sudden, mum's the word, he's quiet. That is part of something that we don't know that's coming yet. And to me, I'm not going to waste my time on it. There are a lot of people out there talking about that kind of stuff. When it appears, it'll appear. When it's there, it's not like I need to know the answer in order to get to my next birthday, right? What is it going to do for my life? Actually, nothing. That list is not going to do anything for my life. I understand that John F. Kennedy was shot 62 years ago, and has it changed my life in my 63 years, or 64 years ago, I think it is now. I don't know, losing track of it. But what is actually, how does he affected my life? And if you talk about it from a political perspective, nothing has actually happened until this, until the current administration came in and started to wake us up. And that's the blessing, that's the plus, is that we're waking up. And you say, what do you mean by we're waking up? We're basically raising our vibration. We're coming together as a unit. We're basically knowing what's going on. So example is like I gave yesterday. I'll be thinking something, turn on the TV, and boom, somebody's talking about it. All right, so that means I'm connected. I'm connected into something that I need to be connected, and I'm not chasing information anymore. That's where I'm going with this. And Ronnie is basically saying, yeah, we are all much more aware. This is the Ronnie and Amy show here, my two co-hosts that happen to be out there. Yeah, let's see. Always is and always will be. And Ronnie says again, politics have always made her puke. Never trusted them, never will. Yeah, we never paid attention to it, and they knew it. And so, what is actually happening right now is that, if you want to say that the blue pill, and I'll just keep it that way because of this platform. I'm sure something came up here that is going to get zapped. But in any case, so the blue pill is being exposed for U.S. aid, right? There's no more U.S. aid for anything. All right, that's where all of our monies were going. Social Security, we weren't. They sold me on this, on Social Security. My mother-in-law used to say, "Hey, you're working to pay for my Social Security because there's not going to be enough for you." It's not that there was not enough; they were stealing it, and that has come out. So, Elon Musk was part of the Doge. Was Elon Musk put into the spotlight so that we find out something about him later on? Because now that they're fighting, you got to weigh the options here. Everybody has known that if you're close to Trump, he's putting you in the spotlight. He's showing you as a good guy, and then all of a sudden he'll pull it from you, and then you'll see the real thing. It's like it's definitely the Wizard of Oz. That's all I could say. And all these characters that are out there, and if you can't look at this from a perspective of being very lighthearted, and I have been there, I've lost my shit also doing some of this stuff here that I don't understand it, then it's not meant for you to actually figure it out. And why are you taking it upon yourself to try to figure out this craziness? And things are happening. So you could talk about, they put their Pam Bondi and all this administration. Maybe those are the ones that are closest to them that we're going to find out something about. A lot of people don't trust a lot of different people. A lot of people hate Trump. It is what it is. But in the benefit, when you look at it, when you actually look at what is happening now, with no taxes, and it's always around financial stuff. Does that make us any happier? It might make us happier a few years down the road, when we start to reap the benefits of all of this. And this is what I'm saying. It's just like you're cooking something. You're adding all these ingredients. You're taking things out. You're experimenting with what it is that you're creating. We're all alchemists right now. We truly have to believe that. And we won't be able to know what our power is, our superpower is, until we focus on ourselves. That's kind of like where I'm going with this. So, um, what is your superpower out there, right? What is it that that is a great gift that you were given, and you're probably not even utilizing it. Yeah, this is a huge movie, and I don't even want to call it a movie anymore. It's just a long running series with about 10,000 episodes in it. And I knew that the first 4 years when Biden was in the administration, that they were doing things behind the scenes. Now, this 4 years, I think that we're going to be given a little bit more information. What happens after Trump is gone? We don't worry about that. We have to basically just kind of take every day by day, and just see how this all gets played out. But everybody keeps saying that you follow, you're going to be really happy in the long run what we're actually going through. So if you believe that, don't sweat the small stuff. Seriously. I could say that today because I'm actually feeling pretty good about a lot of different things. Tomorrow, there might be another huge shift, right? And we have to take a look at that. So, yeah, so that's what I basically do. If anybody out there wants a reading on anything in particular, I'd love to do a reading for you. I don't have a lot of people out there. But yeah, so if you're wondering what your actual gift is, you know what it is, and it's so subtle that sometimes it just may scare you because you're trusting yourself. And if you don't trust yourself, I don't know who the hell you're going to trust at this point in time in your life. um, like Ronnie is saying, that politics is she never trusted politics at any point in time in her life. Well, there's a reason for that, because politics is multi faceted, right? There's multiple agendas around all of it. It's like an octopus. There's so many tentacles out there that nobody gave a shit about this, and that's why we ended up where we ended up. But there's one man out there who's trying to break this all down, and we're going to see this. I really do believe at some point we're going to see this, but in the long run, hey, there's Arnie is out there. Hello, Arnie. How are you doing? Happy Thursday to you also. So in the long run, all that I'm basically saying is that, I'm going to go back to what I used to say. And I found my t-shirt. I was going through my drawer, throwing out stuff, and I found observe, but don't absorb. It was written on a pink t-shirt. I don't know if you guys remember that. I think I'm going to go back to that. And also I'm going to add to that, observe, but don't absorb is, another one is, you'll get it when you get it. How much more simpler can it be? At this point, if we haven't learned, if we haven't figured it all out, I don't know when we're gonna. And yeah, be prepared, not scared, as Ronnie is saying. This is our list, okay? The people want to worry about their list. Be prepared, not scared. Observe, don't absorb. You'll get it when you get it. This is our list, and this is a great thing to actually start here. And Arnie, what is going on in your world out there? I just want to let everyone know that Arnie is going to be doing he makes his own tarot cards. He has a show, I think it's on July 13th, which is probably Sunday. Is that right, Arnie? And he's going to be in the Bay Area of, Arnie, I don't remember. So if anybody catches this that's out there, I don't remember. I don't know the islands. Yeah, Amy is saying here's another thing for our list: fair face, everything in rise. Yeah. So if all of us, let's see here, Arnie says Sunday, Bayshore, Long Island, New York, New York. All right. Ronnie says I don't see Arnie in the chat. There he is. You see that one? All right. So this is where I'm kind of going with this. Arnie, I am really thinking about making some cards, and I know that there's been some other people out there that have done this, but I'm going to really run this past maybe you in the near future. I'm not sure, but I'm just going to kind of go with my gut feeling on this here. Let's see. I'm trying to find something. that I actually wrote. Maybe it's on here. Bear with me 1 second, you guys. Let me just go into my history. And okay. Okay, so you guys know I'm a big animal lover, and I would love to be able, now that I have so much confidence in helping animals out there, helping my own animals. And let's see here, I would love to be able to do this for people in the near future. Not that I'm going to read your dog or tell you anything about it, but what I would like to do is tap into their energy and see what it is that they need. I'm going to be moving in that direction. So this is a little story that I wrote here long ago when the earth was young and humanity teetered on the edge of chaos. The moon watched silently. It was no ordinary celestial body, but a sentinel guardian, home to two ancient species, the Canis lunis, which is the moon dog, and the Felis Salinas, which I hope I'm saying this correctly, is a moon cat. These creatures, gifted with a cosmic wisdom, were tasked with preserving balance in the universe. So on Earth, humans had lost their way. Greed and strife and friction for their society and the planet groaned under the weight of recklessness. The moon, sensing Earth's distress, convened in the council of the wisest inhabitants. The leader of the moon dog and the silver-furied hound named Lila, with the eyes like twin stars, spoke first. Humanity is blind to its own potential. They need guidance, not destruction. Besides her, Celine, a sleek obsidian furred moon cat with a crescent-shaped mark on her brow, nodded. We must descend to teach them harmony through loyalty and independence, and through the hearts and the cunning. Let's see here. The moon. Oops. Oh, I lost my spot. Hold on. Yeah, so on Earth, so the moon crafted the vessels of the stardust to carry the missionaries to Earth. I'm only human, you guys. So on one night when the skies burdened to the auroras, thousands of moon dogs and moon cats descended, their forms shimmering as they adapted to the Earth's atmosphere. To humans, they appeared as ordinary cats and dogs, but their eyes held the glow of the lunar wisdom. Leah led the dogs, who bonded with humans through their unwavering loyalty, the guardian home, guided with the lost, and offered comfort in the dark times. Their barks carried echoes of cosmic truth, nudging humans toward courage and unity. Celine led the cats, who moved through the quiet purposes, teaches independence and intuition. They slipped into the dreams, whispering insights about balance and resilience, their purrs resonating with the moon ancient energy. At first, the humans were unaware of their saviors, and they welcomed the dogs with the warmth and the cats with the mystery, but few guessed their deeper purposes. Yet, over centuries, the influences of the lunar guardians took hold. A child saved by a dog's bark grew to lead with compassion. A poet inspired by Cat's silence gaze. So basically, they were teaching independence and intuition. And the first, I already read that. Excuse me. This is jumping. But the mission wasn't without Pearl. A fraction of humans consumed by fear saw the animal's intelligence as a threat. They hunted for the lunar guardians, forcing Leela and Celine to rally their kin. In the final act of the moon sent a celestial signal, a radiant lunar eclipse that bathed the earth in silver light. Dogs howled and cats yowled, their voices uniting in the chorus of the awakened humanity collective hearts. The fearful relented in the peace like wildfire. Today, cats and dogs remain among us, and their lunar origins are a forgotten secret. They nap in the sunbeam, chase the toys, and curl up beside us. But their mission endured. Each wag of a tail, each knowing a glance, it's a reminder of the moon's gift, a call to live with love, courage, and balance. On a clear night when the moon hangs low, Leela and Celine watch from above, their starry eyes proud of the world they helped save. Whoop. So let's see here. I think I just lost something. There we go. All right, so I hope you guys were able to catch that. I'm not sure if I lost you guys or not, but there you guys go. That's my little story. Let's see here. Must be in multiple channels. Oh, yeah, Ronnie, I'm going to the reason why you might not see him, I have another channel called TTP Coast to Coastal, and also Turn the Page. And okay, and then Ronnie or Arnie is saying when you're doing the cards, go straight to the heart with no doubt. So this information, this little story that I just read, it did come from, some of it came from the heart, and some of it was AI. And I had hours of kind of throwing shit out that it's not, as you guys know, hearts are not AI at all. So I'm going to keep doing a little bit more of this stuff because I basically will go in there and I'm trying to work with this AI in helping me write these stories. Ronnie says, I wholeheartedly love animals more than humans, and the unconditional love is and true. You better believe it. Yes, thanks. Amy says she loved it. Sorry, I don't have a mouse that scrolls with my pages on this particular app, and unfortunately, I think I've got to get a new mouse too. So there you guys go. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm coming up on 47 minutes here, and Amy asked, anything positive? Yeah, we are the positive force. There's so much of us out there. We could kind of talk about what is actually going on, but what we really should be talking about, it's going on in the ethers, because the ethers is where we make it all happen. And I hope you catch me next time when I pop on here and talk to you more about these stories, more about love, more about the animals. If you have a story about your dog that you want me to write about, let me know. Send me your information. Let me find my email address, because I will write about your dog. I'll pick up the energies of you, of your dog, and whatever else that I can get and form a little story like this. So I usually put these things out here. Nobody ever does it, but I'm going to continue doing my own stories out here. So it's ttpreadings@gmail.com. I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless all of you guys. And I just hope that keep your heads up high, your spirits up high, and know that we are all in this together. We're not alone. Love you. Bye now. Take care.